All right, let's look at the Week 15 injuries we're tracking. Geno Smith, of course, with that shoulder injury and a back injury. Devon Achane left after the first half with the rib injury, though it sounds like he could have came back into that game. We'll get back to a lot of these. Josh Jacobs with a knee. Alvin Kamara with the knee and ankle. CeeDee Lamb, of course, with the concussion, a scary concussion in the end zone. T. Higgins with a concussion as well. Davante Adams with a hamstring, although that's something he's kind of dealt with the last couple of years. Marvin Harrison Jr. still with that heel injury. Rome Odunze, who missed last week with the foot injury. Jake Ferguson with the calf. Let's get right back to Josh Jacobs, guys, because he called himself day-to-day after his knee stiffened in Week 14 against the Bears. But it feels like there's a very real chance, Lawrence, that he might not be, ready to go this week in the first round of the playoffs. A guy that fantasy managers lean on as much as anyone.
Yeah, and I hope those who had Emmanuel Wilson a couple weeks ago, whether you roster Josh Jacobs or not, I hope you held on to him. And what's interesting to me here, Connor, is he said it himself that he's day-to-day. Usually players is like, especially days away from the game, they're like, I'm going to be good to go.
Right.
I'll be good. Like, that's just what a athlete going to do. They feel like they could get back. But for him himself to say that is like, it's very alarming. And you should definitely have Emmanuel Wilson ready to go.
We actually have a current update that happened while we were doing the show here, Jay. Packers coach Matt LaFleur said Jacobs will practice today in a limited fashion after he's missed this week. But the quote was, it sounds like he's feeling pretty good, but LaFleur made sure to add that he has to see how he feels after the workout.
Yeah, I suspect he's going to play because he's Josh Jacobs.
He's arguably the toughest player in the NFL.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where
Herbert.
we've spoken about in the past, like Michael Pittman's the same way, just plays through everything for better or worse. So I suspect that he's probably going to give it a go. I think previously, if you reviewed all of the Josh Jacobs 50-50 situations going into a site, it feels like he plays 85% of the time. The one thing is that they play the Bears next week in Chicago, and that is division on the line. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is that they kind of have the 1 seed on the line right now. So it's not like this game is like, oh, you can pass up this game and just focus on the division. Like, they have a very real chance of getting the 1 seed. So it's a huge game against the Broncos. So I suspect that Jacobs is probably going to play. Thing is, it's not a great matchup regardless against Denver, but clearly you're going to be starting Josh Jacobs if he's good to go. And I think you feel reasonable enough about starting Emmanuel Wilson anyway if Jacobs doesn't go, even up against a tough defense, just because the Packers' offense is rolling right now.
Here's maybe a surprising one. CeeDee Lamb practiced fully on Thursday. That looked like a very scary concussion. Now, he has had a little bit more time than just the standard week, but whenever you kind of see that fencing pose after a concussion, it's a little scary. As we got an update here from Tom Pelissero. Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb has now cleared concussion protocol, so he will play. And the question, Lawrence, isn't, are you starting CeeDee Lamb? Of course you are. It's what are the expectations for all the other pass catchers in this offense now?
Yeah, it should be pretty much the same as it's been. George Pickens, who didn't have a great game last week. Ryan Flournoy, you kind of got to let that go now.
Yeah, I think so.
He came in and had the big numbers, 115 passing yards. That's the guy that is so far of a desperation play that you'd have to start Michael Irvin in 1995 before him. So I would think it'd be business as usual for the Cowboys offense. So CeeDee Lamb, when you got a concussion and you're practicing fully on a Thursday, that's what you like to hear if you're his fantasy manager.
Especially to clear the protocol, you have to get in a full practice. So you could still be in the protocol and practice fully, and that gets you out.
Yeah. Also, just related, other superstar wide receiver in concussion protocol. Looks like T. Higgins is not practicing.
That's a scary one.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones where, once again, we got to do the football players play thing. But like, with all you've invested in T. Higgins, when this season is officially over for the Bengals,
this is this thing too where
you're not rushing that.
No, it is a scary situation. It's like Travarius Ward, similar deal where like that is now a serious situation. He's gone on IR for a second time, and so the Bengals naturally don't want T. Higgins in that situation. If he's not practicing today, I suspect that he won't be playing on the weekend.
It'd be hard to imagine that.
He's been ruled out.
Okay.
So that's official right there, as you see from Underdog NFL. T. Higgins ruled out for Week 15.
So he'll miss both games against the Ravens this year, and they were literally 3 weeks apart. It's like Ravens break, Ravens again. Right. T. Higgins missed both of those.
Another wide receiver that was just ruled out, guys. All these are coming in hot and fast here during our show today. Marvin Harrison Jr. ruled out Sunday against the Texans with that heel injury. So, and Jonathan Gannon did speak to this. He said he anticipates Marv will play again this season, that he's doing a lot better. I don't really know what to make of that, but what I can make of this week, Jay, Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson, a no-brainer start.
Yeah, again, just like a borderline wide receiver one. Don't care that he's going up against the Texans. Derek Stingley, don't care. The guy just gets peppered with volume. So, yeah, fire up Michael Wilson. Start him as you have the previous few weeks.
Double-digit catches and at least 15 targets and 115 yards. At least that in these 3 games that Marvin Harrison has missed.
Geno Smith has not been practicing this week with that shoulder injury. Ian Rappaport said it's unlikely that he starts on Sunday, which would put Kenny Pickett in line to play. Do you trust any Raiders pass catchers with Pickett, Lawrence? I would think Bowers.
You got to go with Bowers.
You're not going to get cute with Bowers.
You're not going to get cute with Bowers, but you're going to be nervous. You're not going to be cute, but you're going to be nervous.
Right.
Going against the Eagles defense, who played damn good against the Chargers. So you get Eagles defense versus the Chargers, Justin Herbert, Marion Hampton, all those guys. Now you're going against Kenny Pickett. So, yeah, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, wouldn't mess with Trey Tucker. That's it. That's all you got, Brock Bowers for the Raiders.
And our last one, of course, or second to last one, we have a mini sad update at the end here. Stephen Holder does a great job covering the Colts, says they're prepping Philip Rivers to start in Week 15 against the Seahawks. Philip Rivers, who, with his 70 overall Madden rating, is higher, you're going to love this, Lawrence, higher than Shedeur, and Anthony Richardson, and Russell Wilson.
I'll give him Anthony Richardson, not Shedeur.
I'd give him Russ. Maybe.
They about the same.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Russ did had a good game versus Dallas. I think they just showing him respect. You know, a veteran would have had a great career, but we'll see. Maybe he might play decent and get bumped up to a 75. You know, but for him to just come off the couch after what is it, 5 years, and get the. Now I didn't think Riley Leonard looked like, you know. He didn't look great.
Like Max Brosmer. He didn't look like Max Brosmer.
He definitely didn't look like Max Brosmer. But, like, I thought, you know, he's been there. He handled it like you would expect a guy who wasn't expecting a play. 6th-round rookie. Like, I thought he did size. So for them to bring in old Philly off the couch with his kids and coaching high school football, probably got the little beer gut going. He chilling, but we about to see what he could do.
Yeah, it's going to be a great science experiment for how much of the quarterback position is above the shoulders, because what's below the shoulders doesn't look great.
Yeah. He definitely had that. I think it'll be a lot of quick passes. You want to get the ball out of his hands quick because you for sure don't want to get him hit.
Yeah, people have asked, like, how do you set a line on this game? Like, where do you set an immediate expectation around what Phil Rivers is going to show? In my head, what I'm thinking is like a slightly worse version of the last year of Peyton Manning, where he can like still diagnose the defense, but there was just nothing left in the arm or the body at that point. Now, Peyton Manning did go on to win the Super Bowl that year, albeit with one of the great defenses of modern vintage. But yeah, I really don't know what to expect from Phil Rivers. I suspect that it's not going to go great against the Seahawks.
They're certainly going to test them. This is the Seahawks at home. They're going to load that box up and say, all right, let's see what you still got there. Because what the Colts are hoping that they can hand it off to Jonathan Taylor, and he could break at least one. Because if they could break at least one, then they're gonna be in the game. That's what they need. But Seahawks, if we're talking about it, then they obviously know that.
Yeah, line ticking up to -14. Market not impressed by Phil Rivers at practice. I think, look, the thing is that I think Shane Steichen's a good coach, and I think that team is filled with solid coaching. And if they're making the choice that Phil Rivers gives them the best chance to win over Riley Leonard, still kind of have to defer to the institutional knowledge there, even if from the outside it seems pretty wild.
Yeah, and one thing to note, guys, his expected right tackle, Braden Smith, has not been practicing this week. Braden Smith, obviously, a stalwart on that offensive line. So
you didn't tell me that at first.
Yeah, you feeling what? Change the take? I give you the floor.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.